Hey, thanks, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing and setting up a quick jack. And I know there's others out there on the internet. They're good. I've watched most of them, and I just got this one. And this is a 5000 TLX, 5,000 pound capacity. It includes the left frame, right frame, power unit and parts. This one's marked right frame. This one's marked the left frame, power unit and parts. So today we're going to be unboxing and setting it up. So stand by. And one thing I wanted to add is I really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. I mean, you can have an unlimited number of subscribers, and I subscribe to people's channels all the time, just to give them satisfaction knowing that I was interested in their content. And if you would do the same for me, I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, thanks, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing and setting up a quick jack. And I know there's others out there on the internet. They're good. I've watched most of them. And I just got this one, and this is a 5000 TLX, 5,000 pound capacity. It includes the left frame, right frame, power unit and parts. This one's marked right frame. This one's marked the left frame, power unit and parts. So today we're going to be unboxing and setting it up. So stand by. Okay, we got the first part of unboxing. I didn't want to have to hunt for it, so I marked these right. This one is right. Obviously this one's left. There's the owner's manual. We'll review it in a little bit. This is the hydraulic pump, hoses, fittings. They even supplied some thread sealant, which is nice. Lifting blocks. These are the components that you put and hang on to the side of the actual the lift body to move it around under the car, so you can reach under there and grab a hold of the jack by getting a hold of it like this to move the jack around underneath the car. I bought additional pinch blocks like these. I bought them on Amazon. I'll put a description down below. I bought 4 of these. And in a future video coming shortly, I saw it in another video. I'll try to give credit to put these rollers underneath the quick jacks for rolling them around. Looks like the absolute easiest way to move them around. They're quite heavy. I think I read that each one of these jacks weighs about 75 pounds, and it has little rollers at the end, which makes it easy to maneuver if you pick up one end and roll it around. I think this is maybe the better idea for getting them rolled around. They only go on with 3M tape and a couple of zip ties. So they're not permanent or welded or anything like that. And there's no drilling. I'm not drilling into these. That seems foolish. So we'll get to assembly. There's about a lot of discussion online, and in the manual they talked about the problems with people getting the Teflon tape over the ends of the fittings. Therefore, it gets inside and contaminates the the system. There's a lot of, they recommend thread sealant, and of course some kind. Teflon tape and TPFE thread sealer are both approved, but you have to use them correctly, and there's a 24-hour waiting period when you use the thread sealant that they provide. But Teflon tape is the thing I'm most familiar with, so I'm going to go that direction. And Teflon tape is, as you know, it can be a little tricky at times, but just remember that you're going as you're facing the actual fitting to go clockwise. And that way when you put the fitting on, which goes clockwise, it doesn't pull on the tape and unwind it. So if you do it correctly and you stay back a whole thread on the fitting, you only need to go around. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3 times. That's more than sufficient because you're just covering up the threads, and then break it off and make sure that there's nothing on the inside. And then we're going to put our fitting on there, which is, in this case, is going to be a male end. Now, so the checking with these, the male end is a 7/8 fitting. Put it on hand tight. Gets all the way down on top of that Teflon tape. The Teflon tape won't unravel because you did it clockwise. And then the other side of this fitting here is a 9/16. Sorry. 11/16. And this part is 7/8. And then you just tighten it down. You should go 2 to 3 turns. Now the other end of this, which is this female end, that'll go to the 90-degree fitting that goes into the cylinder. So we'll do that after we put the 90-degree fitting in the cylinder. So we'll do both short hoses the same way. 11/16, 7/8. Now, according to the manual, we're going to assemble the long hoses, and they get the female quick connect fitting on each end. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put these fittings in the lifting cylinders. They both have caps on them. The body of the angle is a 9/16. Okay, so you can hold the body close or tight, and then the 11/16 for the tightening bolt nut. And the instructions say to leave it up a little bit because the hose is going to come off of this and go underneath the quick jack under here. That way it doesn't, it isn't up here where it can get damaged by when you lift up the vehicle. So first thing you got to do is we got to take this Allen wrench out here, and I'm not sure what size it is, but you take that Allen plug out first. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our short hose. Short hose, and it's going to go pass out underneath. I'm going to take the plug out. Make that connection. And we'll repeat the same thing on the other one. And we're going to repeat on the left cylinder. And it's an 8mm hex key. I didn't know I had to look it up. Take the plug out, route the hose through the frame, out the other end, take the cap off, and connect. And I'll be honest with you, I think that I'm going to, I don't like how this may impact the framework. So I'm going to loosen this up. I'm going to route it down a little bit more to there. And do the other one the same way. Is the return air cylinder, and it gets 50 psi. And what I want to do first is I want to see if there's any air in it. Bleed that off. That's per the manual. I have my compressor set at exactly 50 psi, and we're going to put 50 psi of air pressure in it. No more than 50. And then we're going to check it. Manual says from 40 to 50. 43. 43. We're going to leave it right there. Now we're going to do the other side. The next thing we want to do is the return air cylinder, and it gets 50 psi. And what I want to do first is I want to see if there's any air in it. Bleed that off. That's per the manual. I have my compressor set at exactly 50 psi. And we're going to put 50 psi of air pressure in it. No more than 50. And then we're going to check it. $38. We're going to go a little more. Manual says from 40 to 50. 43. 43. We're going to leave it right there. Now we're going to do the other side. $43. I hear an air leak. It's my air leak. To fill the reservoir, the manual says you take off this this fill, and it's a self-venting cap, and you use there's a different types of approved fluids. You have to look at the manual. I'm using Dextron 6 in my application. Says the manual says it takes 2.5 quarts. Clean funnel. When it's full, it should be a half an inch from the opening. It's close to that now. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to, after I raise and lower the jacks and I test them out, then I'll recheck that fluid. Don't want to overfill it. Be careful not to cross thread that. Doesn't take much to tighten it. Next, we'll make the connections. The next thing the manual says to do is to make sure that you lubricate these with a little hydraulic oil. That way, if the O-rings are a little dry, that it won't tear the O-ring. And it's just the male end. I'll do both of them. And then on the pump unit, I'll do the same thing. Put a little hydraulic oil on them. And then make the connections. Long hoses. There's that little detente, so I rotated it so it can't come undone. Connection. And the other one. So I made all the connections, connected to the power unit. Yeah. Connected up to both of those. We got a 3/16. to undo the bleeder on the lifting cylinders. And it says to undo both and just loosen them, but do not remove them. So we'll do that. We'll loosen them. The lift for the up position, making sure we're clear. And then when the air and fluid starts to come out, we'll close them. Okay, I got air and fluid out of this one, keeping our hands out of the mechanism. Clean up our mess. And then it says, immediately close the bleed screws. And then let's go down. Our hoses are bound up. Now we're going to top off our reservoir. We're going to top off our reservoir now. Clean our funnel. Make sure there's no contaminants. To within ½ an inch of the top of the opening. Should be ideal. Put our reservoir cap back on. So there you have it. 5000 TLX quick jack assembled. Just ran the fluid through them. Have not tested them because it clearly says in the manual to not lift it without weight on it, at least 500 pounds. So the test is forthcoming. I got everything put away in one place, which works out pretty good. And so the next video, watch for it. Please subscribe and notifications, and you'll see the next video. And I'll show you what we're going to be testing it on. So this is what the quick jack is going to be tested on. And I'm anxious to see how it's going to work. From all the measurements I've taken and everything, it should work flawlessly. So look forward to that video, guys.